I've been ghosted so many times.
I think I'm getting ghosted.
Wait, what? He really liked me and now he's ghosting me?
What to do when you get ghosted.
So I've been ghosted.
Are we still ghosting? I'm so sick of these fucking men.
You will be getting ghosted. You will be getting love bombed.
The last 2 times I've decided that I would go on a date with somebody, they've just disappeared.
The concept of ghosting is so strange to me.
Since living here in New York City, I've gotten ghosted 3 times.
What in the actual world?
This hurts my feelings and hurts my ego.
I didn't really want to tell the story about how I got brutally ghosted.
When you experience such a deep connection with somebody, and when you risk letting your guard down by asking them all the things and getting the answers from them that make you feel safe, and you establish this deep rooted connection that feels so much different than anything else has felt, and you start to truly believe that this person is in your life for a reason, and they are so emotionally intelligent, and you connect on such a deep level, and then you see so many things about them that are what you have been looking for in other people: the ability to communicate, the ability to problem solve, the ability to ask you for help and you to ask them for help.
Yes, ma'am, but you didn't see the most important ability, the ability to lie.
All of those healthy signs of a relationship are present. All of those things that you work towards, all of those milestones that you think, oh, this is what it's supposed to be. How do you go from that to never hearing from them again? Out of nowhere.
The wall, the wall, the wall. No man on earth can make it fall.
In a nutshell, I'm doing really good. You know, I miss him. I miss the connection that I had with him. I miss the friendship that I had with him. But my life is not lacking for beautiful friendships. So I'm still fulfilled in that way. And I am lonely, and that comes and goes just like it does for everybody. But I truly desire a man who not only wants to care for me, but is capable of caring for me in the way that I deserve to be cared for.
Another woman talking about what she deserves from a man. Okay.
Can we talk about dating in your 40s in 2025? Because it's just literally a minefield of head fuck and I'm sorry, what? Like, convince me otherwise. All of my girlfriends are the same. They're all hot, smart, intelligent, funny women, and it's just the same. They either want a pen pal, they...
Okay, ma'am, and if they are so great, how come they're still single? How come they're 40 and they couldn't find a man yet?
They either swipe and then never message, so what are we doing? Where, how are people meeting? How?
1-900-9099-CRY. I often get asked, this guy ghosted me. I feel like just sending him one more text to tell him how I feel. And I always go, you're not his mommy. You're not his therapist. What is that going to do? He's already shown you that he doesn't care enough to literally respond. Why would you try and digitally slap him on the bottom?
Because they're too emotional, because they don't think logically. When you get ghosted, you can do 2 things. You can either go on with your life because nobody cares, or you can make a video on TikTok and cry about it.
What is that going to do?
Why do you want to be with somebody who's left?
And they're always like, well, no, it would just help me get my peace of mind, closure, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, closure's made up.
Yes, it's all about emotions and how they feel.
You think that if you write, there's a 1% of your brain when you do that, you send that, why did you ghost me angry paragraph, that you think there's a 1% chance they're going to go, oh, you know what? You're right. I was bad. And, and that's just never happened. And it's not going to.
You don't need closure. You need to move the fuck on.
Yeah.
This is day 6 after my long-term boyfriend, who told me he loved me literally the day before and that he wanted to spend his life with me and build a life with me, ghosted me.
By the way, guys, I don't endorse when you're in a long-term relationship to just ghost somebody. But I do endorse ghosting somebody if you just talked for a few days online or you just went on a date. Nobody owes you anything. You shouldn't have to give an explanation to somebody that you just saw one time or talked for 2 days online about how many red flags you saw in them and why you don't want to talk to them anymore. If you want to do that, it's up to you. I don't have the time for that. And some women will just want to know an answer and keep asking you why, and why. Even if you give them an answer, they will never be satisfied. And at some point, they will start calling you names. And for me, it's not worth it. It's not worth my time to explain anything to anybody. Because I don't owe them anything, because I don't even know them. We just talked for a day or two or went on a date.
I'm healing out loud because, I don't know, grief is a journey. I can't even believe someone you love would do this to you. At the end of the day, this person showed their true colors, and I didn't lose anything because if somebody is willing to...
How didn't you not lose anything, ma'am? You lost a lot of time. I don't know for how long you were in that relationship, but maybe you lost months of your time, years of your time, just because you didn't see past his lies. He lied to you in that relationship. That's why he ghosted you.
Treat you in such a cruel and callous way when they say they love you, that you're not losing a loving partner. You're not.
Are we still ghosting? Because I haven't been in this realm for a hot minute, right? Stepped my toes out, met someone in the wild. Absolute craziness, I know. Seeing him for like 2 months, whatever, then randomly wake up, ghosted. Removed from social media, all of that schmozzle. And I'm like, is it that hard to have a conversation? Like, I'm sweet. Your feelings changed, you've met someone else, you're not really digging it, whatever. Use those balls that are up inside your body to actually have a mature conversation.
How do women not understand that it's not about having balls? The people that ghost you, the men that ghost you, don't care about you, so why would they give you an explanation?
I'm like in disbelief that this has actually happened. Not for the fact that it can't, like obviously no one's immune to ghosting, but I'm just like, what in the actual world? Are people still lacking the emotional maturity to have one conversation to go, you know what? Because I can tell you right now, you look more like a dick for ghosting than just saying, hey, no longer interested.
Okay, ma'am, and do you think those men care what you think? No, that's why they ghosted you.
Boys and girls, if we're ghosting, you need to work on yourself.
I noticed this pattern with women coming in and out of relationships, and most of them are always the ones that's initiating the breakup. And a lot of times it's about cheating. And I'm saying, wait a minute. And I'm talking to them one-on-one, and I'll say things like, wait, let me get this straight. You don't want the man that most women don't want to ignore. You don't want to date women. You don't want to stay by yourself. You only want to date the men that all other women are also attracted to and want. And you keep leaving him every time he does the thing that attracted you, which is messing around with other women. And I asked them the simple question. If you had to choose between one man and giving him 20 choices or 20 men and giving them one chance, which would you choose? Woman after woman after woman. I don't tolerate cheating. First or second time, I'm done. And then my argument is, wait a minute, that's how you're building the body count. That's how people like Pearl and people in Black Pill are calling y'all whores and all this other stuff.
Right.
It's actually because you want the freedom to choose and you want the freedom to leave, but you don't want to deal with the consequences that comes with constantly going from man to man to man. You don't want to deal with the labels. You want to deal with the stigma. You don't.
Yes, if we say anything about their past, we're labeled and as misogynist, as incels.
Want to deal with the judgment.
So why does dating feel almost impossible for men in 2025?
Dating feels almost impossible for a lot of men in 2025 because, you look at the average guy. The average guy isn't getting matches on dating apps. He's not getting stopped or, getting a lot of affection from women in his daily life. He probably doesn't have a whole lot of friends. And so he's online and he's seeing all of these gorgeous women, some of whom aren't even real with AI now. There's a lot of AI girls out there, edited photos and stuff like that. And they're just suffering this constant barrage of them feeling inadequate by what their life experience is teaching them versus what they're seeing online, which is like a lot of, attractive women or couples or stuff like that. So they just kind of feel beaten down by it, and it really does suck being the average guy who isn't taking control of their life in today's day and age. There's absolutely no sympathy for them. But the good news is that if you do choose to rise above this and do choose to actually start bettering yourself and start doing the things that is going to give you a result with women, then it can be possible to be successful. And the bar is pretty low because most guys don't try. Most guys just, wallow in self-pity, and they take themselves out of the dating market because they think that it's not worth it for them. But in reality, I don't care who I'm talking to. If you're watching this, you absolutely can change your circumstance.
What to do when you're up?
Yes, you can. I agree. But most men don't want to do that. Why? Because women nowadays are not worth it, especially in the West. That's why.
What to do when you're obsessed with the avoidant who has ghosted you? The reason why the avoidant has ghosted you is because they can't handle how much they like you. All the emotions and the vulnerability that comes out to play when we like somebody is just too much for us to handle.
Another woman that is very delusional, that thinks that the men that ghosted her, that don't care about her, they ghosted her because they care too much about her.
So when the avoidant starts to ghost you, what you have to do is just mirror that energy back to them, because when you press...
So basically be delusional.
Press harder. When you text us, I love you, I miss you, and you continue to show up for us, you're going to scare us away even further. And I know you're doing this because it comes from a good place. And I know you want to show the avoidant person that someone is going to be there for them and someone sees them for who they are and loves them. But you can't do that because they don't love themselves, and they can't even look at their own reflection in the mirror without getting the ick.
Of course, because they're vampires and they don't see the reflection. Yeah, we're just going to skip this video because it's very stupid.
So I wanted to ask a little bit of advice.
Okay.
I've asked a few other people this and I've had a few mixed reviews. But basically, the last 2 times I've decided that I would go on a date with somebody, they've just disappeared. Just disappeared.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand. I just don't get it.
They don't like you. They found somebody better. They saw red flags. What's so hard to understand? It's so easy.
So, you're chatting to someone, everything's going well, the conversation's good, they're quite funny, whatever. And then literally the minute they say, do you fancy going on a date? And I'm like, yeah, okay, why not? I've even got to the point where we've actually chosen a place and a time to meet and a day. And then they just disappear.
Okay, ma'am, when guys have lots of options, they don't ask just you out on a date. They ask multiple women. He found a better choice, or he found somebody that he could sleep with easier, faster, so he ghosted you. What's so hard to understand?
Where have you gone? I just don't get it. Why? Why bother wasting someone's time? What is the point? Now, I've asked a few people, like I said, and some people have said maybe the people are shy And like as soon as you say yeah, they're like, oh shit, like, and they lose their bottle. But what is the point?
Ma'am, they ghosted you because they don't care about you. When somebody doesn't care about you, they don't explain anything to you. They don't care. They're not shy. They're not nothing. They don't care.
And even asking someone to go on a date if you're too shy to actually meet the person in real human life. Other people have been saying that maybe they've been talking to like you and a couple of other people at the same time, and maybe they've gotten better with someone else, and that's fine also, but just say something, just something.
Why? Do they owe you anything? Do they owe you an explanation? Do you think that you're so special that you're owed something by somebody, that you only talked for a few days on a dating app? It's so delusional that you think that you're owed somebody else's time. You're not owed anything in life. If I decide that you're not worth my time, I don't owe you my time.
Like it literally, both times, it's literally gone from talking every single day to do you want to go on a date? Yes, okay. Disappeared. I just don't get it. I don't get it. What is the point?
Of course you don't get it, man. That's why you're still single.
It's actually quite rude as well. It's very rude.
You could have a woman who's like a feminist, and when she gets told, you know, that like, yeah, you got to pay him alimony, they're like, I'm sorry? What? Like, no, he's a man. He could work. Like, he can work. Men don't get alimony. And you're like, no, gender is a construct, and sex is actually, you know, a construct socially. And you're a CFO of a company, and he's a really cute long-haired musician. And they're like, yeah, no, I am not paying alimony. He's a man. He's got a strong back. Tell him to get a job. By the way, I've had men in that situation go, yeah, I'm not taking alimony.
5 red flags about men that you should just avoid. Number 1, he's got a girl bestie. Number 2, if he just replies way too quickly. Like, what do you mean that you're always on your phone, you're always just replying to me? Red flag. Number 3, if he is thinking that he can touch you on the first date, red flag. I mean inappropriately, not, you know, just touching your shoulder or something cute like that. He should be scared to touch you. Decide very quickly if you're ever there.
So you want a man that goes on a date with you and he's scared to touch you. It only depends on how hot you are. If you're hot enough, you can do and touch her, and that's really funny. But if you're not hot enough, everything you do, it's a problem.
Someone please tell me if this has happened to other people or if it's just me, because I'm just like flabbergasted by all of this. Went on a few dates with this guy, had a great time, felt like there was a connection, we had a lot in common, had a great time, left my house, him saying I had a great time, I had a lot of fun, we had agreed we were going to go out together again, totally was following his lead, again, everything I thought was great. Never asked him to be exclusive, I knew he wasn't looking for a relationship at this time. Again, never asked him for a relationship. I knew he wasn't looking for one. All we said was that we were going to go out together again. Okay? Talking for like a week. Everything's going fine. Just ghost me. Just ghost me. Ghost me. Stops acknowledging my texts.
Okay, ma'am, he found somebody better, or he saw some red flags that he didn't like. It's so easy. It's done.
Doesn't answer if I call. Ghost me, right? Like 3-4 weeks pass, he sends me a text, hey, what's your schedule like? Are you free to talk later? And I'm like, yes, please, can we please have a conversation? All I wanted is just a conversation. There's no reason why we couldn't just be like, hey, this is where I stand, this is where, you know, what are you looking for? I'm 37, he's 39, like, we're adults. Let's have a talk, right? So I'm like, yes, please, can we please talk? Ghosts me again. Doesn't answer. Like, what? Is this why so many successful, beautiful, kind girls
Another woman thinking that all her friends or all the women are successful and beautiful, and all the men are creeps, all the men are toxic, or the men are lazy, ugly, whatever?
are single? Because this is what we're dealing with?
Of course.
What is wrong with guys these days?
Men with higher testosterone tend to have what we call more masculine features. They tend to be more attractive. So they have firmer jaws, they have broader shoulders, they have narrower waists, they have bigger chests. And that's all more attractive, basically, because it shows, you know, athleticism, health, protection, all these sorts of things. However, when you get together with a partner and you decided to commit to monogamy, that's not very helpful, because actually what we need you to do is to stop competing with all the other males, stop with your eye on the horizon looking for another mate. We need you to focus on your partner. And so we do see a drop when people go into long-term relationships. It's not a huge drop. It's certainly not as significant as happens when you become a father. That's a really significant drop for the same reason, because we need you to focus on the family. But yes, it drops because it's not a helpful hormone to have if you want someone to commit.
Are we losing then a piece of ourselves when we are in a long-term relationship because our testosterone level is not high?
Depends how much you define yourself by your testosterone level, I think. What testosterone is really about is mating.
Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.